This that MuddySouth music bumping hard in my Gen 1. Everybody know I go hard in my Gen 1. If you reppin' that MuddySouth, throw it in my Gen 1. Throw it up, rep hard in my Gen 1. This that MuddySouth music spitting bars in my Gen 1. Everybody know blowing pine in my Gen 1. From the Delta to the swamp, we riding high in my Gen 1. Throw it up, and I'm hard in my Gen 1. I wake up, lace up, slide clean in my Gen 1. Old school thump with a gleam in my Gen 1. She hop in, lip gloss beam in my Gen 1. Whole town talking about the dream in my Gen 1. Muddy boots still look mean in my Gen 1. Stick shift grip supreme in my Gen 1. On flex, I breathe in my Gen 1. To death, I bleed in my Gen 1. Heart lock prints, all eyes on my Gen 1. Hot plate soul with the fries in my Gen 1. Said who that guy in the Gen 1. Hood paint flake, sunrise on the Gen 1. OG stands baptized in the Gen 1. Loud pipes, yeah, like ride in the Gen 1. They fake talk, I testify in the Gen 1. One deep still multiply in the Gen 1. I pull slow, let them stare at my Gen 1. Wheels cut deep through the air in my Gen 1. Look yo girl through her hair in my Gen 1. Said this seat feel rare in my Gen 1. Gas too strong, gotta pray in the Gen 1. Window crack, feel sway in the Gen 1. Ain't no clone gon' play in the Gen 1. Whole soul gon' lay in the Gen 1. Burn out twist with the drip from my Gen 1. Whole block lit when I poke in my Gen 1. They roll up choke from the funk in my Gen 1. I don't even talk, just spoke with my Gen 1. Dash cracked up, got soul in my Gen 1. She said what? Yeah, I said gold in my Gen 1. Gas pedal heavy, I'm bold in my Gen 1. Life story etched in the mold in my Gen 1. Flannel shirt, blade tucked in my Gen 1. Moonshine jug getting drunk in my Gen 1. She coming rude, but she sunk in my Gen 1. Ain't no rules when you run with a Gen 1. Ay, I'm cooking grease in the Gen 1. Wood grain wheel, obese in the Gen 1. Don't play slick, go east in the Gen 1. When I die, bury me in my Gen 1. Snap back low, I lean in my Gen 1. Big dog bark, no leash on my Gen 1. You play games, find peace in my Gen 1. I throw flames out the seats in my Gen 1. Ay, don't even preach in my Gen 1. Too much heat, no reach in my Gen 1. Grit, don't sleep in the streets of my Gen 1. This whole world got a piece of my Gen 1. I peel out dirt, fly from my Gen 1. Sunset bleed on the side of my Gen 1. Old flame texter, can I ride in the Gen 1? Told her bring soul, leave pride for the Gen 1. Steel frame holding pain in the Gen 1. Nothing fake, just grain in the Gen 1. Outlaw lane, I remain in the Gen 1. If it ain't blood, ain't stained in the Gen 1. Red clay dust, I skate in my Gen 1. Whole crowd move when I break in my Gen 1. You flash chains, I bake in my Gen 1. Rip rack, slide tailgate in my Gen 1. Hit your hum low like fade in my Gen 1. No front plate, just wait in my Gen 1. This ain't rap, this fade in my Gen 1. Ayy, heaven got a gate for my Gen 1. Banjo plucking, I ride in my Gen 1. Trap line tight, I slide in my Gen 1. Yo man soft, I hide in my Gen 1. Couple loose screws, still pride in my Gen 1. Oh so ghost, ride in my Gen 1. South still talk through the side of my Gen 1. You want heat, go collide with my Gen 1. On the storm, I reside in my Gen 1. This that MuddySouth music bumping hard in my Gen 1. Everybody know I go hard in my Gen 1. If you reppin' that dirty South, Gen 1, Gen 1, throw it up in my Gen 1. This that MuddySouth music's bumping hard in my Gen 1. Everybody know I go dumb in my Gen 1. From the Delta to the swamp, Gen 1, Gen 1, throw it up in my Gen 1.